Ramily. I'm your boy Shay, at Shay tweeted at on Twitter. Actually, now I'm at Ramsaholic on Twitter. Um, actually, just changed that. This is season 1, episode 5. Um, as always, make sure to check out the guys over at Toilets to Titles on Twitter as well. Today, we're going to go over top 5 reasons you should feel opportunistic about the Rams having a bounce back season. And you guys already know the drill. You can find all of our content, including articles, mock drafts, player rankings, and episodes at toilets2titles.com. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons. Also, turn on the post notifications so you don't miss out on all of our daily content. Also, while you're on YouTube, the CFB Nation YouTube channel is our sister network, and they bring you daily college football content. Show them some love by subscribing as well. Throw us an Apple Podcasts, iTunes review. And lastly, if you like to interact with the team, discuss NFL, fantasy football, and now betting on any sport, as well as college football, or if you'd like to get into our weekly mock drafts that are hosted by George, reach out to me or Coach Sheps at Coach Sheps, SCHEPPS, to get into our gilded chat. And now that we're done with that, cue the intro.
Let's swap a verse, and I can play ball in real life. So when they make it fun, it never work. They think they offended me. I'm dodging that energy. I know who my friends are now. You currently dead to me. This shit gon' last a century. And every time they mention me, increase my life expectancy. Maybe this my destiny. Loved and hated, then hated and loved. Never betrayed to be a thug, but know a couple who hold slugs. Ain't fighting Spider-Man, but everything I'm spitting venom. Had to look in the mirror and get my shit together. Cause sometimes you think it's over, but it's only getting better. Yeah, good friends going with the wind like Pac said. Legends never die, so we not dead. I'm a fresh white boy, you can call me a pothead. If you say I ain't got bread.
Man, that intro every time gets me. Shout outs to White Wave. The EP just dropped a few weeks ago at W Wave 508. Local rapper, man. Mixtape was awesome. When it's time to get another intro, definitely gonna have to holler at the boy. So yeah, I want to have a show on why fans should feel good about this upcoming season, and give some reasons behind why I feel that way by breaking it down in 5 segments on 5 reasons why I do think 2023-2024 is going to be a bounce back year for the Rams. Not saying they're Super Bowl contenders, but if you watched one of my earlier episodes when I broke down the schedule, I had us going 10-7, and to me that's good enough to make the playoffs. The Rams have stood relatively healthy under Sean McVay. That's going to be reason number 1 that you should feel good about a bounce back after that horrible injury-plagued season last year. During the Sean McVay era, the Rams have been one of the healthier teams in NFL. Football Outsiders has an adjusted games lost metric that estimates the impact of injuries on teams and provides a comparable total that explains why teams improved or declined from one year to the next. In Sean McVay's first year in 2017, the Rams ranked first in this metric. So not a lot of injuries or games lost to key players. Throughout McVay's 5 seasons, prior to last year, of course, he ranked inside the top 5 in adjusted games lost in 4 of them. And can you guess which one was the other one? This is till 2022, so don't include last year. But which season was the one that we actually finished outside the top 5? And it was actually number 10, 2019. And what happened in 2019? We just got done playing the Super Bowl. And what just happened this past season? We just got done winning a Super Bowl. So if that happens, injuries do happen, especially when you're a team that is really trading draft picks, not building depth, just putting a lot of stars at the forefront and being front loaded. Injuries happen, then it could really be a trickle effect. Both seasons that we came off a Super Bowl, we didn't make the playoffs the following year. Obviously, the last time at 9-7, we were better than this past season at 5-12, but this past season was horrible. Offensive line got beat up. Stafford missed 8 games. Kupp missed 8 games. Donald missed 6 games. So it was rough. So I would say the Rams are probably looking at a season where health is key. And I'm going to put that as the number one reason that you should feel opportunistic about the upcoming season, because Sean McVay has a track record of staying healthy outside of post-Super Bowl runs. So if we make a Super Bowl again, then we should know the following year might be rough on the injury front. And hopefully we have some better depth like we did in 2019 versus 2022-23. The number two reason that you should feel opportunistic about the Rams on this upcoming season is they have Sean McVay at the coach. He'll honor his contract through 2026. Who knows if he'll extend it longer? But the fact that there was rumors of him retiring and he came back, I think you should be very happy. And that just shows you that there's no rebuild going on here. McVay has won a lot. He's actually number 5 of all active coaches in win percentages. He's behind Bill Belichick, Sean McDermott, Mike Tomlin, and Mike McCarthy at 61.2% win percentage, and that's just going after 5-12. If not for last season, I believe he would be number 2 or 3 behind Belichick, who's at 66%. And I would put McVay at number 3 behind Belichick, Reed, just because what those guys have done, the amount of Super Bowls they have, the longevity. I'm not going to say Belichick still is a top coach. He hasn't won a playoff game in 4 years. I would definitely take McVay if I had to start a franchise right now over most coaches. Probably would take him number 1. He's young. Of course, the commitment thing is what probably scares people, but as far as a coach, he's great. He really brings a great atmosphere. Guys in the locker room love him. They play hard for him. He's an offensive genius. And he really puts trust in his coaches. And I think as Rams fans, we should be blessed to have McVay there. And you should be very confident that any season he's our coach, that we have a chance to win some games and really make some noise. And number 3, to me, this one's kind of obvious, right? We have Matthew Stafford, Cooper Kupp, Aaron Donald. There's not many teams that have a better leadership group than that. There's not many teams that have better stars at the top than that. You're talking about a top 10 quarterback. I'll be reasonable for most people. I think he's the best, but top 5 wide receiver and the best defensive lineman in football of all time. So certainly right now. They're great leaders. They're guys that aren't going to want to tank, all right? So you have to see it from the viewpoint of Matthew Stafford, Cooper Kupp, and Aaron Donald. Do you think these guys want to lose again? Do you think they have vengeance on their mind? Do you think they're going to give it their all? And if those guys give it their all, which they always do, great things happen, right? It's a strong core. The only core probably stronger is Mahomes, Kelsey, and Chris Jones. Because then you're talking about the best quarterback, best tight end, top 3 defensive tackle in football. So overall, that's just stacked. But those guys won Super Bowls. They won 2 Super Bowls. We won 1 with our core. So 2 very solid cores. And I think if Kansas City traded, look, they just traded away Tyreek Hill, right? And people slept on them. And they won a Super Bowl, right? Because they have that core, right? And they have that great coach. Rams have that core. They have that great coach. Kansas City didn't have a great defense. They had rookie corners throughout the Super Bowl after the injury to Snead, and they got it done, right? And that's against an explosive offense in Philadelphia. They have a good offense of line, which I do think the Rams will this year have a good offensive line as well. So you have those three guys. That's just great, you know? So you have to feel opportunistic just based off that. And that's why that's my number 3 reason to feel opportunistic. Quick break to talk about our Patreon. Patreon.com/toilets2titles. We have a bunch of different tiers that you can get yourself into. Tiers that are base levels, which help you with in-season waiver wire episodes that only you'll be able to see as a Patreon member. You can get into Frankenstank for free, which is a $25 value in most of the tiers outside of the base level. You'll be able to get one-on-one draft advice, daily fantasy football advice, roster analysis with anyone that you want from the team. If you want me to look at your roster and analyze it, feel free. We can make some time. I'm always open, and I love fantasy football. I've been playing for 15 years now. And we'll have a 30-minute episode breaking down your league's draft as well. So really a personal package, which is the highest package we have at $20 a month. And when you become a Patreon member, you're supporting us, and our goal is to always make sure that you as a subscriber, a listener, we always take care of you. So make sure to check it out. Patreon.com/toilets2titles. We greatly appreciate it. So at number 3, I had reasons to be opportunistic. We have Stafford, Kupp, and Donald. Great core. So number 4, the NFC is weak. Right? So if we played in the AFC, I would get the concerns. All right? I would completely understand if you think we're not making the playoffs. Because in all honesty, if we played in the AFC, we wouldn't make the playoffs. Let's look at the NFC, right? Our division. We have the Arizona Cardinals, the Seattle Seahawks, and the San Francisco 49ers. Now, let's just take last year out of your mind, all right? It's a new season, all right? Teams are going to be different. The teams that overperformed might fall back a little bit. The teams that played bad, a la us, due to injuries and things that have a past of actually winning, could bounce back. So you should definitely take the Rams over 7.5 if that's what it still is. San Francisco, to me, definitely is going to win the division. Let me not say definitely, but they should. They should be the favorites to win the division. They have probably the best roster in football. Quarterback-wise, they're bottom tier. Now, that is where it gets difficult for them to really be, for me, the team projected to be in the Super Bowl. They have quarterback problems. Trey Lance is probably going to start. Brock Purdy is going to be coming back from an injury. And they have Sam Darnold. Really a poor man's quarterback group. Rest of the roster, pretty damn stacked. Seattle Seahawks, Geno Smith played great. I do feel he is going to have another good season. Very good wide receiver room, running back room, offensive line, bad. Defense, on the fence. They definitely addressed it with some good picks in Witherspoon. Defensive line, still a little iffy there. Linebacker group just got Bobby Wagner back. They got Julian Love at safety from the Giants, which sucks, but that's a great pickup. So they made some moves, but it is still Seattle, and they shouldn't have made the playoffs last year. The game they beat us, horrible calls, but that's the past. So is that really a team that I think is way better than the Rams or even better than the Rams? Not really, not sold on it. Arizona Cardinals, I think that's a team that's going to be looking at the first overall pick. Then you got the NFC South. You have Atlanta, Carolina, Saints, Buccaneers. I think the Rams are better than all of those teams. Someone has to win that division. Saints are probably favorites. Baker Mayfield could do something in Tampa. Atlanta could be a shocker team. Carolina has the number one pick, Bryce Young at quarterback. We'll see. Is that scary? No. Like I said, reason number 4, NFC is weak. NFC North, Chicago Bears, led by Justin Fields. Detroit Lions, the most overhyped offseason team right now. Green Bay Packers, Aaron Rodgers gone. Devontae Adams has been gone. Very young, inexperienced team. Can they do it without Rodgers? Can Jordan Love be that guy? I'm not sold on it. Minnesota Vikings just released Dalvin Cook. Don't think that's a huge loss because they still have Alexander Madison, Justin Jefferson. They got weapons. Their defense is iffy on the fence. They have Kirk Cousins at quarterback. You don't know which Kirk is always going to show up. Like I said, the NFC is just weak, man. This is the best division in the NFC by far. I do feel 3 of these teams could make the playoffs, but 2 is more probable. Dallas Cowboys, New York Giants, Philadelphia Eagles, Washington Commanders. Eagles probably got a little bit better, to be honest, this offseason. It's just another year for Jalen Hurts under his belt with A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert. They have DeAndre Swift now, who isn't going to be relied on for a lot of carries, and he's a big playmaker, so that team's scary. Dallas Cowboys, they'll always be contending, but can they make it past that divisional round? We'll see. New York Giants, that's a team that I think is good. Daniel Jones showed that he was worth that contract. Saquon Barkley, I do believe, does come back and plays for the Giants. I'm hoping they could give him a contract. He deserves it instead of the franchise. Running backs are really getting the butt end of the stick right now. So, and then the Washington Commanders, Sam Howell is their guy. A lot of people have him as a sleeper. Definitely could be a sleeper, but it's not a sleeper. Is a sleeper for a reason. So overall, you look at all those teams. I got the Rams making the playoffs at 10-7. The NFC is weak. And a lot of these teams are questionable. I guess you could put us in that questionable too for most of the outside world and people that really don't follow the Rams much or slept on us after our Super Bowl run and just think we went 5-12 because we had everyone from that Super Bowl team out there and just tanked it, right? But if you really know the story behind the story and you know what the deal is, and you should feel opportunistic that the Rams are going to bounce back because at number 4, like I just said, the NFC is weak. And then number 5, drum roll, no pressure. No pressure. It's a beautiful thing when you are an NFL team and you're going into a season with only 2 primetime games, right? The Los Angeles Rams only have 2 primetime games. So we have no pressure, right? Nobody thinks we're going to be a good team this year. Everybody outside of maybe a few people here and there in the media, Rams fans like me, that really see reasons I just explained of why we can bounce back, that the Rams have no pressure, right? It's amazing that Stafford is just going to go out there and not have pressure on him. Because his Super Bowl year that we won, he had nothing but crazy pressure on him, right? When you have crazy pressure on you, he made a lot of mistakes interceptions-wise. You force things. You really have something to, you're playing every game like you have to win it. And every game you should win it, right? But if you lose, the world is just going to come down on you and you're favored to win the Super Bowl. We could lose a game and no one's going to even notice. No one's going to blink an eye, right? It's going to be great. This is how you sneak on teams. This is how you get really motivated. Like, oh, you're sleeping on me? You don't think a team that just won a Super Bowl, what is it now, 14 months ago. 16 months ago, can get back in contention. We have Aaron Donald. We have Cooper Kupp. We have Matthew Stafford. So everybody keep sleeping, right? That's okay. If that's what you want to do, sleep. There's no pressure now. And that is very scary. Sean McVay is going to want to shock the world. He came back. He could have left. He could have went to Cancun. He could have went to Ukraine with his wife. They have a baby due in September, I believe, or October. It was just announced, so congratulations to Sean McVay. But he could have left. You think he really came back to tank? Even if you tank, there's no guarantee you get Drake, Caleb Williams, and Drake May, right? There's no guarantee. He loves Matthew Stafford, right? That's his boy. Matthew Stafford looks in great shape right now. Very slim. He's throwing that ball great. Stetson Bennett looks amazing. I'm telling you guys, keep sleeping. And Rams fans, we're going to make some noise. It's going to be amazing, man. I don't know what else to tell you if you're sleeping on the Rams. And if you're a Rams fan, sleeping on the Rams, shame on you. Shame on you. I get being realistic, but I need some reasons of why you're being realistic. We just killed the draft. We have a great young core. These guys are going to step up. It's going to happen. And when it does, your boy Shay, Ramsaholic, is going to be sipping on a Bud Light, enjoying life, watching those wins come in, and then playoffs start. And anything can happen in the playoffs. We know that. It's 0-0, baby. Thank you all for tuning in. As always, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. We have daily content, man. We're covering a lot of teams now in the NFL. The team's getting big. Every day there's new content being posted. Every day. Multiple times a day sometimes. Twitter's active. 12 to titles. I appreciate the love, Ramley. Sincerely. I love the Rams fans, man. Even the ones that we bump heads, we don't always see eye to eye. I still love you, man. Title Tribe, love you too. Make sure to go to patreon.com. Show some support. We're growing. Subscribers are going up. We're almost at 1.3 thousand. We'll hit 1.5 thousand soon, and it's just going to keep going up, baby. Hey, so take care of yourself. Take care of your loved ones. It's your boy Shay, and I'm out.
It's 4 a.m. in New Bedford, I'm getting my shit together. City just ain't safe, these kids down for whatever. Letting the lead fly, they flocking just like a feather. I couldn't stay there forever, career not getting better. I ain't no rapper, can't imagine not getting cheddar. They posting pics in they base models, not even leather. It's not even leather. It's 4 a.m. White, wait. The city just ain't safe. I'm still here, nothing changed.
What's up, Title Tribe? We appreciate you watching the show. If you want to catch up on all of our college football content, make sure you subscribe to the CFB Nation by clicking their link below. Make sure you subscribe to the Toilets Titles Podcast Network by clicking our link below. And make sure to catch our other content by watching these videos to the